Gamification, if I can say it. I can't remember what I'm talking about. What is one of the most engaging things that you can post on social media? Well, it's all about gamification. So we're going to be talking today about gamification in digital marketing and some application ideas on how to use it in your business. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about gamification in digital marketing. So we're going to be talking about benefits, best practices, and some examples of how you can incorporate it into your business. So let's dive in, shall we? If you're new here, I am Jen Neal, owner of Formula Done and founder of the Content Activation System. And what that means is a whole lot of fancy words to say we help businesses use the content they already have to find more leads and traffic online. That sounds amazing to you? Then go check out some of our other episodes or check out our website at formuladone.com. We have a complete blog, or feel free to browse through any of our other videos here on YouTube. Okay, let's get into the meat of gamification. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to explain what exactly gamification is, and you guys know that one of my personal heroes is Mr. Neil Patel. So I have an example, an actual description exactly from Neil. So, according to Neil Patel, he defines gamification as the concept of using game design elements in non-game applications to make them more fun and engaging. So what are we saying? We are finding ways to make the content that we're putting out to our prospects and customers more fun and engaging. I mean, what's the downside of that, right? It's pretty amazing. Okay, so let's talk about some benefits and why you would actually want to use gamification in your digital marketing. Okay? All right. As human beings, we are wired to be entertained, to enjoy playing games. We lean in whenever we're like, ooh, that looks like fun. Like we're literally hardwired for fun, which is pretty amazing, right? So when you're creating gaming type things, you're creating a fun experience. Another benefit is you're creating a positive experience while people are interacting with your business and your brand. And another benefit is that you're actually creating moments where you can educate your customers about what you do, who you are, how you help solve problems. Like it's educational moments that you can include in there. And they're still engaging with your brand. You've got rewards and benefits and things. So they're actually like playing, they're having fun, they're getting rewarded, and it's like, this is so terrible. This is the worst analogy ever, but I'm going to use it anyway. So it's like when you are training a puppy and you do the treat training, right? So it's like you're giving positive rewards every time they do something right, which is engaging with your content, right? So you're actually training your prospects and customers, which in a good way, to associate your brand with positive things that happen. Like it's pretty amazing, right? So why would we actually go to all this besides just brand awareness and engagement and creating that interactivity is that it's a fantastic way for lead gen, right? And we're going to go through some examples later, but if you're talking about creating some quizzes or some fun trivia type things or whatever, especially if it's a quiz or a personality type result and they want to get their result or have like take the next step, it's very easy to increase your conversions because people are they're already engaged, they're already having fun, and if you lead them down the next right step, it's a fantastic way to increase your conversions for sales or for opt-ins, any of those kinds of things, because they're already engaged and trained to say yes, right? So in doing any kind of engagement tips and things like that, you're including your brand. And while people are engaging with your brand, it actually improves your brand loyalty, because if they actually have fun with your gamification element, then they're going to be like, hey, Bob, you should go check this out. It's way cool. They're actually going to like want to share because it's fun. And that actually increases brand loyalty. So if they come across the same thing another time or a similar type thing and it's maybe not as well done, or at some point they are faced with multiple different options, they're going to remember your brand because they had a positive association with your brand. So it's actually improving your brand loyalty overall. All right, so some really cool and nerdy things that gamification does is it increases your average website session time. Now, why is that important? Well, because one of the things that you are ranked on by the Google is how long people are spending on your page, meaning are they staying long enough to consume or engage with valuable content? This is one of those ways to do that, right? Perfectly awesome. Okay, it also increases the time spent reading an email if you put it inside of an email. It increases your click-through rate if you're using this for advertising or social posts. And it increases audience engagement and, of course, that social sharing. So they're actually going to spend time playing with your thing and then tell their friends about it, right? So these are amazing. Okay, another one, which is really, really cool. So I know probably most of you, I even have it myself, have installed ad blocker because we're exposed to so many ads and messages and promotions and all those kinds of things. And most gamification methods do not get caught by the ad blocker that kills pop-ups or little pop-up ads or things like that because it's a different kind of content. So it's kind of a way to advertise without actually getting killed from the ad pop-ups, which is pretty freaking cool, right? It is also more algorithm friendly for social media because if you're including this, you're promoting stuff on your social media, you include your game on some of your posts, people are engaging with your post, that is showing social media that like, hey, people like my stuff, they like to engage, right? So that actually helps improve the chances that the rest of your content are also going to be shown, like have a further reach, right? Getting out to more people because the social media algorithm is like, oh yeah, people like their stuff. So it's super beneficial all the way around. Okay, so how are we going to implement this? We're going to talk about some best practices and then I'm going to give you a couple of examples, how you can set it up and some examples you can go look at. So before we move on to that, how many of you guys are already using gamification in your business? If you are, drop in the comments. Let me know what you're using and what you've seen or learned from it. I totally love to see and hear all of these examples. You know, when you look online, there's like, oh, examples of how Starbucks and Heavenly Baked Ham, like there's some really awesome examples to look at for like big companies, right? If you're not a massively, huge company and you're like, how do I do this in my own business to supplement and support my own digital marketing activities? Then this is what you want to do, right? So I'd love to hear how you're using it. And let's start talking about best practices, okay? When engaging in gamification for digital marketing. Wow, say that 5 times fast. That was brutal. Okay. Best practices. Let's just go there. Okay, so first of all, I know that this comes up all the time and however you want to say it, but I'm going to go with the KISS principle, which is keep it simple. However you want to go with, I learned stupid, could be silly, but really what we want to talk about is keeping it simple. The game should be something that is an easy to accomplish task. You really don't want it to be something super overcomplicated because we are still talking about super short attention spans, right? Really, really small. So we want to make sure that it's something they can accomplish easily because also we're going to go for that dopamine hit, right? As soon as they accomplish the task, whether it's you're finding a match or you're doing a maze or something like that, they get through and you're like, hey, reward, right? Remember, we're training them. We're like treat training. So we're giving them that dopamine hit of like, yeah, you did something awesome. Here's your reward. So then go take the next step and we'll give you another reward, right? This is the worst analogy. Oh well. You also want to be thinking about having something that is going to show up on all different platforms, right? So it needs to look good. It needs to support your brand. So you want it to still be all on brand and you want to make sure that you're providing that positive reinforcement. It's an easy task. They accomplish it. And then you're moving them down the line to the next obvious step. Like for most of us as digital marketers, we're going to be leading people to some sort of an opt-in or place where they are going to give us their information in exchange for something else, right? Quiz results, personality test results, a free opt-in or something like free training to take it to the next step if you're doing something that's educational. So think like your customer. What are the reasons that they would be attracted to that thing that you're wanting to give them? and what are the reasons why they would want to engage beforehand. So most likely you're solving some sort of, getting into technical terms, you're solving some sort of a problem, or you're raising some sort of awareness of the thing that would come right before the thing you're giving away. So the very next logical step is going to be, hey, you should probably check this out. So here's an example. We are actually putting one together here as an example so you guys can go check it out. So I'll give you the link. It's down in the description. So what we're giving away is a training on our content activation framework. So why would people want to see the content activation framework? Well, for me, I'm like, okay, they're like, I don't even know what that is, or why would I want to engage? Okay, so for me, I'm actually going to look at traditional digital marketing statistics and create a game where people are having to guess, and I don't even have any of the stats right in front of me here, but like let's say that 72% of people engage on social media with this type of media, right? And then that would match with video. So they have to create matches, but see what I'm doing is I'm actually like educating them while they're playing the game. And then if I've piqued their interest enough and they're like, oh, I didn't know some of these things, let me learn a little bit more. So then they would go in and learn about our content activation framework as an opt-in. And from there, we have their information in our system, and then we're going to continue to follow up and talk about our Content Connection Academy. So that is the path that I'm going to lead people through. And so it makes sense to pull back and say, all right, what is something that would be both entertaining, educational, engaging? Like that would be the very precursor step. Got it? I know you got it. You're super smart. I totally believe in you. Okay. Make sure that you are encouraging shareability. You're making sure that it's fun and it's easy. Just something super simple. Don't overthink it, but literally it can be like a Where's Waldo kind of thing, right? Just something fun that people are going to engage with in different ways. Got it? Okay, so I can't wait to hear what kinds of gamification that you guys are actually using in your business. So make sure you post it in the comments below. It's going to be awesome. There are so many different ways that you can create these things. I know most people go right to, quiz or personality test, which those things completely work. But if you're posting on social media, then you can also create other types of interactive images or things that are going to cause more engagement right on social, and then lead them from social then to your next step, right? So you want to be thinking about, how does this work with the platforms? How does it work with your next content, like that customer journey? All right. Getting off my soapbox. I kind of went a little long on that. So some examples are the spin to win wheel. I have mostly seen this in e-commerce applications because it's so easy to be like, hey, thanks for coming to our site. Spin to see what kind of a discount you're going to get, right? And then, oh my gosh, I got a 30% discount. Oh, I don't want to let that go. I'm going to go spend it right now. Even though I'm saving 30%, but I'm spending the other 70, right? But there's something about that, like, ooh, limited time use. I've got that. So e-commerce applications or like quick buy applications, so easy with those spin to win wheels. And there are tons of softwares that like make it way, 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 way easy. Oh, and one other thing I totally didn't even mention is that gamification tactics are super affordable and really easy to set up. So no reason not to, right? Okay. Quizzes or personality tests, we already talked about those. Interactive photos, meaning like Where's Waldo kind of thing. Or, I saw one with a whole bunch of M&Ms and they put the M&Ms up and then had letters on them and said, hey, can you find all of the words for the colors of all of the M&M colors? Like, how brand appropriate is that? Doesn't have anything to do with actually eating M&Ms, but all of a sudden you're playing a word search, looking at M&Ms. Do you think that you're going to be like, I think I want to go get some M's, right? Totally reasonable. Word or image search. So you can even do your own like crossword kind of thing. The interactive photo that M&M did is sort of a combination of both of those things. I even saw there's some other ones that you can do interactive photos and like find all of the trees in here or whatever, right? But not in an annoying way, like what's the word I'm looking for? The CAPTCHA thing when you have to like go find all the pictures and then it keeps saying, oh, please keep picking the new ones. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. Not like that. Instead, we want to make way fun and easy, right? Okay. Illusions. So those super trippy pictures that you look at that like feel like everything's spinning or something looks different, like stare at this and then look away. Any of those kinds of things that can reveal your brand or sort of engagement, super shareable, right? Trivia or contest type things. So contest, there's a lot of companies that will do social contests like, hey, share this, right? So any kind of contest where you can win different prizes, whether they're loyalty prizes or cash prizes or whatever the case may be. So contests are really awesome. Trivia, in terms of like, that's the one that I said we were going to kind of do, is like match these trivia facts, right? Trivia is really awesome because it gives you a chance to educate and create those experiences where you're both entertaining and doing some pretty hardcore education about your product or brand, right? I'm hoping this is making some sense. Okay, loyalty or reward programs. So if you are a digital business that has like repeat business coming back, you can actually set up these types of games or learning programs where people can earn badges or points or loyalty points for coming back over and over. Think brick and mortar and utilize that into your business in another way. Supremely awesome for continued customer engagement and customer loyalty, not necessarily for lead generation, right? Scavenger hunt, very similar to interactive photos, but you could even take it offline, like get creative and have fun with it. A maze or a puzzle, something that they have to solve. Again, keep it simple, right? But something they can kind of interact through and solve something or finish a puzzle. Memory games. I suck at these so bad. When you have like all the cards, right? And you got to like flip and try to find the pairs. Those ones are awesome. And it doesn't have to be, you could even just do like 6 cards or 8 cards or something like that, right? And scratch tickets. So there are even softwares that you can do where it's like a digital scratch ticket. It's like, hey, you've been given this. It'd be a great one for emails, right? Give them and be like, hey, thanks for being an amazing customer. Go claim your ticket and you can pick which one to scratch off and it'll like digitally scratch it and be like, hey, here's what you got. Pretty awesome. You can do voting or any kinds of things where you like choose your match or like choose your own adventure, right? Which one of these things are you most like? Or you can even do, like before and after sort of photos, like what's different between these 2 photos. So I guess that's kind of interactive photo, but there are plenty more. These are just some ideas and examples that I wanted to give you because I think they're pretty easy to be able to incorporate and set up. And I know that you can totally do this. All right, so my challenge to you is to choose one of these and set it up sometime in the next, let's say 2 weeks. Pick one of these and create something and then post in the comments here. Come back. I'd love to see if by engaging and creating a gamified piece of content, whether you're sharing that on social or to your email or on your website or all of those things, did it increase your customer engagement and did it help you generate some leads? So if you want to see an example in action, check out the link in the description and we're putting up that example that I talked about. So you can go play with it and see how well you like that. In fact, you can even kind of copy it, take the same premise and go run with it for yourself. All right. If you liked this episode, please hit the like. And if you like the rest of our videos, go hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys on the next Content Toolbox episode. Thanks for joining.